so welcome to my channel. And if you're finding my channel for the first time, I am Daystar and I'm your girlfriend from afar. So today I'll be sharing this little love story with you, though heartbreaking, but I have moved on. Whatever lesson you're able to get from this message, make sure you apply to every part of your life. So once again, I'm Daystar. Please comment down below and leave your name and share your name with me. So this is a video of myself in Thailand during the Christmas. So let's go from here. Like I told you, my groom ran away on my wedding day. So how it happened, all that happened, I will be sharing with you on this vlog, guys. So get your popcorn and your drink, and here we go. Okay, guys, so I had met this particular guy. Let's say his name is Mr. Hay. I met him in 2006 somewhere in Lagos at a university precisely, and we were friends. And back then I was much younger. Yeah, I was younger, and I needed to go to school, so we were just casual friends all through the time. And eventually our paths crossed after some years. I think then I was in Abuja and our paths crossed again, and we felt it was the right time to start something, and then we did start. And the relationship started officially in 2017 or 2018. I can't really remember vividly, but about the time I was traveling out of the country, and we had just a very little introduction between our families, between myself, my family, and himself. So I introduced him to the family, and so while I traveled, we continued the relationship. And of course, that's a long distance relationship. It was in Nigeria, I was abroad, and we kept on like that all through this relationship. And all through this time we were apart. We tried to manage situations, misunderstandings. We share each other's pains, joy, and everything. But the truth was, I never really knew who he was, and maybe he knew who I am. I can't really tell. But along the line, I got to know that he doesn't even have an idea of me. He doesn't even know who I am. Just the way I never knew who he was. So the first thing I want you to understand, and why I'm taking my time to explain to you, is remember, for everyone you decide to get married to, or anyone you decide to be in a relationship with, make sure you know who they are. It's a very, very important thing to know. So I've been dated for like 3 years. All through the 3 years, this is another thing I want you guys to know. All through the 3 years, he was very okay with the relationship, but he never had the mindset of marriage. So that is to tell you, it doesn't really matter if you date someone for 10 years. They might like the idea of relationship, but they may not like the idea of marriage. This is another thing I want you guys to learn from this. So he was cool with the relationship, but he never had the idea of marriage. He never brought up the idea. It was when I felt I needed to travel back to Nigeria and relocate to another country. That was when I asked him his disposition, and then he was like, okay, cool, let's plan for the wedding, or for the introduction, the traditional introduction. But then it never worked because my dad was sick, actually. So eventually I came back to Nigeria. And We thought we were gonna have it early 2020, and still there was coronavirus outbreak and we couldn't. So along the line, towards the end of 2020, we all agreed. My family, himself, they called him and he agreed on a particular date. So prior to that time, when I came back to Nigeria, things weren't really good anymore because it was afterwards there was coronavirus outbreak. So I wasn't financially stable also, and likewise himself. And then all through this time, I noticed things weren't cool between us. So the third point I want you guys to understand from this is when you are dating people and the only time they are cool with you is when you have money, it's a red flag. Girls, boys, whoever you are, it's applicable to both gender, so I'm not going to be biased. Make sure when you are dating people, they are not dating you because of your money, because of your affluence, because of your influence. They are dating you because they love you. They are in a relationship with you because they are 100% in love with you. So the moment the finances was going down, when you return from abroad and you're an African, you know how it's gonna be like. So eventually we picked a date, and I don't know, we had this disagreement back then due to finances. I was just trying to do everything. In those days, I like to bring my alpha energy. Yeah, I'm coming to this for those of you that are alpha female, that you lose all your energy. You use your masculine energy to make things work. It is bad. It is toxic. It is not good. It is not the right thing for a woman to do. A woman should be a relaxed object, a relaxed being. That's the way God created us. So wherever you find yourself as a woman and you're struggling, you're bringing out your the masculinity in you, you're bringing it out, you're struggling to make things work. Please make sure you walk away from such. It is not the natural way women should exist. If you're in a relationship, if you're in a business, if you're in anything, and you needed to use extra energy, you needed to become masculine, then that space is not for you. So all through this time, I was using my masculine energy. In fact, I lost my beauty. I lost everything about me. All that matters to me was to get married. And of course, the fourth thing I want you guys to note, about that time I was already in my early 30s, I think 32, and the societal pressure, the family pressure was setting in, especially because I have younger ones that married early. So please do not make your decision based on stuff like this. Make sure when you're ripe enough to get married and when you find the right person is when you're getting married. If you try to choose based on societal pressure or family pressure, then you're setting yourself up for destruction, emotional abuse. Okay, putting all that aside, I will still come back to them. So we made the plan, and then while we were at this plan, I had gone out, the preparation, you're planning for a traditional wedding. So I was trying to reach him, although I tried to reach him, his phone his number wasn't going through, but I felt so because his phone had an issue. I never knew he had switched off the phone. I never knew a lot was going on behind the scenes. So he confided in a particular guy. That guy is so close to my mom about that time. He's like a family friend. So he confided in him that, does he know he's not going to come for the wedding? That he's just telling him the truth, that he's not going to be coming for the wedding, for the traditional wedding or whatsoever we were planning. So immediately he told the guy about this information. The guy tried to reach my mom, my sister, my family, and told them what he had. Even the guy called me and I was like, where did you hear this from? It was like a Tales by the Moonlight, guys. So this is where I'll be stopping this story for tonight. Remember, it is love whispers. So I'll be whispering into your ears gradually, but make sure every point I tell you, every point I share with you, you learn something from it, and it makes you a better person than I was. Because if I had heard stories like this in the past, I wouldn't have made certain mistake and I wouldn't have hurt myself. Of course, I can't hurt myself knowingly. So that will be all for now, guys. And in this video, I'm sharing with you the night market in Bangkok, Thailand. Maybe if you want to buy anything, clothing, shoes, fashion generally, you can contact us for any of this, and I will be willing to share more with you. So till I come your way, guys, I am Daystar. If you have any question, you can mail me on abiodunadetayo03@gmail.com. I'll be dropping my email in the description box.